Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Matthew. In today's video, I'm going to talk about that actually crypto ETFs could be, the new hype in the next 6-12 months. And why I'm saying this, so let's talk about it. Also, let's talk about the possibility when the new digital euro can come. And until that, actually, Euro stablecoins are coming up as well. Let's talk about the banks which are coming with their stablecoins. And also let's talk about it that crypto millionaires are at record level right now. So the number of them increased. Plus, let's talk about datas which can have an impact on the market, and they're coming out today and tomorrow. So guys, all this in today's video. And don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on blockchainbloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. All right, let's share the prices. So Bitcoin is actually now down 0.8%, and the price is at $111,810. Ethereum went down 3%, just above $4,000 with $31. When we're looking at the top gainer, Zcash is the one which going up in the top 100 with 12%. Then we have AI, and that goes up 5%, and Flare 3%. Losers, we have much more losers. 22% goes for OG, Story 21% down, Pump 10% down, Aster 10% down, and so on and so forth. So we can see some cooling on the market right now. When we're looking at here the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we can see that Bitcoin is actually it's the weekly one, right? So it's going down, and it's holding itself right now at 111,000, as I talked about it before. Bitcoin dominance just came back slightly because altcoins dumping right now a bit more. Also, when you're looking at here the fear and greed index, it's at 44 right now. So yesterday and today we are in fear, and when there's fear on the market, then always altcoins bleeding a bit more. But talking about altcoins, in ETF version, so crypto ETFs could come up, a lot of them in the future, in the next 6 months or so. So let's talk about that, because that could bring another interesting hype as well. So I have talked about it already, but let's start with this one. So the SEC approves generic listing standards. So that's very important, because the way to get a crypto ETF on the market will be much more simple. And then I have talked about this as well, that SEC approved the first US multi-asset crypto ETP at grayscale, which includes Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. And as we can see, this could be a new trend, because here is a new approval. So this is the fresh one now. On the 25th of September, it came out that SEC approves #Nasdaq ETF, which holds Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Sol, and XLM. So another multi one. And according to James Seifert, he says that 100+ new crypto ETFs could hit the market in the next 6-12 months. And, it's basically of this generic listing rule. This is changing a lot. And as you can see here, the waiting lists, for the deadlines. Then you can see that a lot deadlines are in October, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is, can you hear even more? Yeah. So yes, and this is the reason why many believe that crypto ETFs could be hot. And what if this is happening? That definitely can bring the attention to the altcoins, because everything which is not Bitcoin, it's altcoin. So we have already an ETH ETF, but if many others will join the game in the next couple of, even next couple of weeks, in October, and the more will come up, then definitely institutions will start to buy different kind of altcoin ETFs. And if that's happening, this can have an impact on retail as well. And the retail can actually not through ETFs, but directly buy crypto as it does usually. So this is, I think, a very interesting one. And, this is what we have the situation right now. It really looks like that it's cooking up, and an interesting Q4 can come. There's the possibility to have some gains in Q4, and also it can extend to 2026, but I won't run that far because, as you can see on the market, there is market manipulation, which means, liquidations are on the market. There could be always a black swan event, so you have to be always prepared that the gain can change any day. The trend can change any day. But many things what's happening right now, when you zoom out, it shows that crypto investment could look promising in the future. Ups and downs always, volatility always, but why it can go by the time higher and higher, I think this is one of the reasons. Okay, next topic, let's jump into the EU and talk about the digital euro possibilities and the EU MiCA stablecoins. So maybe we have to wait for the digital euro, which I don't mind, because according to some experts, digital euro is unlikely to launch before 2029. So yeah, we see how it's playing out. CBDC, it's in favor for Europe. US, it's against it. But we might have to wait longer, which is a great thing, to be honest with you. Let's push it out if it's possible. And then we have 9 European banks will launch MiCA compliant euro stablecoins targeting 2026. So you have ING, UniCredit joins banks developing euro stablecoins under MiCA. And here it is among the 9 banks developing MiCA compliant euro stable coins, and they plan to launch it second half of 2006. So it's not yet. Yeah. Okay, I think this is the most important of this news, because right now the dominant are definitely the USD based stablecoins. But because of euro, because of MiCA, probably they're going to need more euro ones. The one USDC is the one which is the biggest one and has the MiCA license. But for example, USDT doesn't have it yet. Okay, now let's talk about the growing numbers of crypto millionaires. So there is a growing number when it comes to crypto millionaires. So the number of crypto millionaires has jumped 40% year on year to over 240,000, driven mainly by institutional adoption. Here you have actually the list. So it's a 40% increase. We have the centimillionaires, which means they have above 100 million US dollar in crypto. That rose 38% to 450, and we have billionaires that grew 29% to the number of 36. So even we have this kind of interesting market. Sometimes if you're sideways, you don't feel the real altcoin season yet. However, if you just think about Bitcoin, how much it went up, you think about many other altcoins, Solana, you name them. They went up a lot, BNB and many others, Hype. And yeah, certainly we still waiting for this real altcoin season, but this made, especially the institution side, a lot of new millionaires. Okay, a couple of things which can have an impact on the market today and tomorrow. Let's talk about them. So today, as every single week, the jobless claims data coming out. Now 233K is the one which is the focus said. Now we're watching, it will be higher or it will be lower. Last week, it was better than expected. but 2 weeks before that, it was worse than expected. So let's say which direction we're going. Also, we have the PCE coming out. That's tomorrow on the 22nd. Not just the PC, we have the core PC, but actually I showed it other way around. So this is the core one, and this is the normal one. No forecast yet. And finally, I have a Tim Cook interview. In that interview, he says that he is holding Bitcoin, and he's holding it for a while. So when will really Apple join the game? Because here we have Tim Cook, who is the CEO of Apple, and listen to this short part of the interview.
Well, let me ask you a different question, because you just said that you might not do it personally. Do you own crypto, any Bitcoin or Ethereum? Would you play around with this?
I do, yeah. I think it's reasonable to own it as a part of a diversified portfolio. And I'm not giving anybody investment advice, by the way.
When did you get interested in it?
I've been interested in it for a while, and I've been researching it and so forth, and so.
So think about it. The Apple CEO Tim Cook is actually having Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for a while, whatever that means, and it could mean that the company is leading, could join the game basically anytime. And this is also massive if the leadership thinks this is an interesting investment. So who knows what the future will bring? Definitely, guys, another video from me, because every single day I'm making you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and of course, see you in the next one. Have a good one.